Hey there, welcome to day 93 of playing chess every day until I reach 1500 Elo. Currently we're at 12-12 after 2 wins yesterday. And let's go ahead and jump right into a 15-minute rapid game here. And okay, we're up against a 1282. We're going to get a Carl Khan, it looks like. My audio not coming through. Oh, interesting. I'm not familiar with this at all. Hang on one sec, let me just check my audio. Do I just take this? If I take this pawn is vulnerable. I mean, it's covered by the king. I don't know what he would do. I mean, I don't know if I've ever actually seen this variation before. I think I'm just going to take, because that's what you typically would do when the knight's here and then they take back with the knight. The bishop being there doesn't seem that. I check here. I can block. Okay, I'm just going to take. Oh, wait, no, he can't check there because the pawn covers it. Interesting. I think I'll just take again, and then we create an isolated pawn for him, or if he takes, yeah, we create one either way. Yeah, let's just take, wait, if I take again and then he goes here, then here, then I block, then here, I don't know, I think it's still okay. Let's just take. Is he gonna, I don't think he's gonna go for the sacrifice, no. What is he doing? I'm really confused what, I mean, I could take here again, take a third pawn, he could take my queen, or I could push, take, I don't even know what's happening. This is really weird. It's a weird opening. I've never seen this happen. I think I'm just going to take a third pawn and we'll trade. Oh wait, no, then he can take here. So I think I'm not going to take the third pawn. Let's just, maybe let's just guard this. Get it twice guarded. Okay, I'm just going to guard it. And maybe push this. Once I push this, I think we're good on this threat of him taking that pawn. So now I could take. Okay, he takes. I think let's just take with the queen and try to get into an endgame because we're up material. Seems like it makes sense. I'm still confused about this opening that he played. Okay, he doesn't want to trade. Let's just develop. Should I go here? If I go here, can anything attack me? I guess he could attack like that. Maybe let's just centralize the bishop, or we just go here, or we go for a knight first. I think I'll just go for a knight. Okay. Where do I want to go? Maybe all the way back, probably. I don't think he's really threatening anything. And now I think here seems good. Let's just castle. Do I want him to be able to come here? I guess I can just go here. Okay, let's try to kick him first. He'll probably just go back. And yeah, I think we just... Oh, he didn't even go back this way, which I thought he would do. Instead he goes back this way. And the last piece I need to develop is this knight. I could also just try to trade. Maybe go here. We're threatening to trade and give him a bad pawn. And we're allowing the queen trade. We're threatening to queen trade as well. Where do I go? No, I don't want to go there. Yeah, I think I like this. Okay, he prevents... He's playing really quickly. He prevents us from messing the pawns up. Do I want to go into the middle and just attack the knight again? Maybe go like this to attack it. I think I like this. We're attacking the knight and the bishop. And we could just take back with a pawn and then develop the knight here probably. If he takes. Otherwise I think I'll take the bishop. He does still have this little like outpost. I should be aware of that, but it's not really supported, so I can attack him. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking here seems good. This way, I could do, but it seems worse. And then now I have a nice square to develop this knight. And then maybe bring the rook here, which would be lined up on the queen if he doesn't move it. Also, having the knight here prevents him from taking this outpost on e5, which is the only like kind of concerning thing about the position, is I don't want him to secure that outpost and like end up with a knight just stuck there. The light square bishop is just looking at my pawn chain, so it doesn't seem like it's placed very well or super useful for him. Dark square bishop is looking at this pawn, which is going to be guarded by the knight once I develop it, and is currently guarded by the rook. My light square bishop seems a little better here. Okay. I could just allow him to trade, or take back with this pawn, but then I have an isolated center pawn, so I think I'm going to... Could go here, he could push, I could go... Maybe I'll go here with... Attack the rook, then back over here? No, can't go there with the knight. Back over here. I think I should just go back to here. This seems like probably the best all around. Actually, I did just notice, I didn't notice this before, that he potentially could sacrifice there and try to go for something with the queen. But it looks like he's just throwing this pawn forward, so... what do I want to do? Pawn comes here, probably just take... oh yeah, let's go ahead and go here. Just get the knight developed and try to trade it. If he pushes... Yeah, I don't think it's a major concern. Even if I do end up doubling a pawn, or I could just drop back or something, I don't think it's a huge issue. Or I could go ahead and just go here, because now we can't even threaten this. Actually, that seems good. And if he does push and then take or something, then we'll just open up the rook here maybe. Okay, I think I like this. So now this bishop is kind of, can't really be attacked or anything. He could just try to trade it. The knight can't attack it very easily. Okay, I think I might just take. No, but then he takes back with the knight, and I don't really like that. I think I'll let him take. And I'll probably move. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. I'd like to maybe just go here to take back with the queen. No, I can't do that because the knight's still looking at this too. I think I'll just put the rook here. Wait, no, because I do want to trade. Because he's double attacking that. Maybe I should just take here. Then he still wins a pawn. So I think I just want to guard it with the queen. Take, take. He could take the rook. Okay, I'm just going to go here. I feel like I could be missing something. And I want to develop the knight still. But I don't want to just lose the pawn for no reason. Are there any attacking ideas? What if I go here first? And come down. Yeah, I have 2 attackers, he has 2 defenders. I think I'm just gonna go here. Take, open the rook up. Oh, he pushes again? Well, in that case, I think I'll just push. I mean, I don't really want to take and then have him take back with the rook, so yeah, I think I'll just push here. Oh wait, is that dangerous if I push? Oh yeah, because then he can take this pawn. So maybe I don't want to do that. He takes, I take. Okay, maybe I will just take, and then I'll use the bishop to come back and cover that open square. I think that seems like a decent idea. And there's no checks or anything right now. Actually, he can still take the pawn either way if I take. Maybe I'll push here. That there's no taking of this pawn. Because I don't want that to be taken. And that still locks it up. Actually, he could still take, check. I don't really like that either way. Maybe I'm missing a better defense. But it looks kind of bad to me. I think I'll just let him take and take with the king, because then at least I... No, I don't cover that because it's double attacked. Here. Attacking the knight, he takes, it attacks the rook. Maybe let's attack the queen first? Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's attack the queen first. Because the queen is what supports the bishop. And if the queen moves out this diagonal, then... Okay, yeah, I like that idea. And if he takes here, it doesn't matter because I could just take the queen. Okay, I'm going to attack the queen. And that also makes an escape square for my king. Which I like because there's maybe serious threats if the king side opens up. So, queen moves, or does he... Is there a way to block? I guess he could block with the knight. Maybe. And then I can still push here, and if he does sacrifice, I have more of an escape route, I think. Here, 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 here with check, over, here, over. here. Okay, okay, good. He moved off the diagonal. I was more scared of if he tried to block. Oh wait, no, never mind. He couldn't even do that because I do have the light square bishop looking there. So my concern wasn't. I think I could have just taken, probably. So he moved off the diagonal, so I'm not too worried about this threat anymore. I think I probably will just push here, or will I take and then drop back? He still will take the pawn. I don't want him to take the pawn. Let's just push. Or do I attack him some other way? Can't go there. I want to go here. Can't go here. Yeah, I'm still worried. I'm still very threatened by this pawn. Take. Here, back. Here. We try to get the trade. Fix the pawns. Or we just go here. Okay, I think I'm just going to go here. Even though it really expands my king side a lot. Then the pawn stays here forever. I really can't decide between taking the pawn and like pushing. Is there anything else I could do? Attack here, knight move somewhere. Oh wait, maybe I just drop the bishop back, and then if he does take, then I take back with the bishop, and that seems better. Or I use that bishop to cover. Yeah, because that also covers the other pawn. Okay, I'm just going to try that. I really don't know which idea to go with, but this seems like the safer move. This might be bad. I could easily be playing the wrong moves here because I'm in one of those states where I'm slightly overwhelmed by all the options here. But I think this threat seems kind of serious to me, so if I take here now, he can take, and I'm still guarding this pawn, and I can come here with tempo on the rook and maybe attack the knight if I want. And then I still need to just develop my own knight and my rook. They're still totally underdeveloped, but I feel like I have to address this threat first. Let's see what he comes up with here. His light square bishop still feels pretty useful, or useless, I mean. Looking at my pawn chain, so I like that. Okay, he takes. I'm gonna take with the bishop. Now the bishop's guarding this pawn, and it's providing some cover for the king. So I like that. The knight can't really jump into the attack here. Okay, queen's coming over. Wasn't looking at that move at all. So bishop takes, queen takes. Maybe let's just move the king first. Dang, I still want to move the knight. I still feel like I can't because this attack though. Oh wait, let's just go here and just attack the queen right away. Then queen can come back. Then I could go here. Okay, yeah, let's try to chase the queen. So this is not an option, but this is an option. And then if he takes, I take, yeah. I think we're good. If he goes back again, I have to think about what I want to do. Oh, I'll probably just, no, I can't come there. Maybe I'll just go here, actually. Just push the pawn again. Because then there's no more threat of taking. Or I just move the king here to defend. Can he add a third attacker? The knight can't come in. I think moving the king actually could be a safe option. Let's try to trade first. And see how he reacts to that. And then I might move the pawn forward. I still feel like I haven't been able to develop this knight. But if we can neutralize this threat, then I could finally develop. The engine probably will say I should have developed this at some point earlier, but I don't know when. Because I was addressing pretty important threats, it seemed like. Okay. I thought he would go back to here. But since he went over here, is there any kind of threat like this? Check. Okay, let's just go here. Do I take? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go here. Oh wait, oh no, no. No, that would blunder the queen. I almost forgot that there's a rook there. And I just developed a knight. If he takes, he sacks that. I come back and block. No, he can take. So I think I go over here, 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 over. Still looks kind of scary. Can't go here. Yeah, I think I'll just guard it like this. Here or here. Okay, I'm just gonna try guarding here. We have two defenders. Everything should be pretty well guarded here. What the heck? Oh, the pawn is pinned to this. I did not see that. And now this is triple attacked. Okay, what if I go... Can I move the rook to create a threat? Go here? Yeah, then we're double attacking the knight. If he takes, take. Takes with the knight. What if I just go here? He takes. Dang, I wish this knight wasn't here. What if I push? Maybe I'll just push to kick the knight. Okay, I'm not going to overthink it too much. Oh wait, but this pawn is under attack. Oh yeah, that is a problem. Because the rook will be trapped here. If I take, then he takes that rook. Okay, I'm gonna go here first. Threaten the queen first. Because I don't have a lot of time. Oh, this is still guarded by the queen, by my queen. I've actually missed that. I thought it was unprotected. So if he takes here now, we'll just double these pawns. But then the knight is not in this attack on this pawn. So the pawn will still be supported twice. So I only care about just keeping my king safe at this point. Oh, he takes that way. Oh, never mind. That's what I was expecting. For some reason, I thought it was different for a second. Okay, let's take here. Okay, and he has 3 attackers on this, but I can just bring... Can either... No, I can't block it. I think I just bring my rook over. Either this way or this way. Oh, wait. If I go here... Can he go here? No, I can just take. I think I will do it this way, though. So that there isn't a threat of him going over here after moving the bishop or something. Wait, take. Yeah, I think it's fine. Then we add an extra guard to this. The fact that I haven't developed this and the rook is still putting me in a pretty big disadvantage. And he's back materially, actually. So I think he's actually winning now because he has a better position. And he came back on material. He played the opening so weird. But I think since then he's been playing pretty well. He's playing very aggressively. Yeah. I'm a fan of that. Let's try to trade maybe and attack the bishop. Try to trade the queen. Because we obviously don't want any discovered attacks here. Could also just drop the queen back so that it's safe from discovered attacks like that. And it's still guarding. That's more passive probably. Oh, I only have 1 minute, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna try to trade. Still guarding everything. Okay, I want my knight developed. You can take. I take. I mean, it would give me. Oh no, never mind. I can take with the rook, so it doesn't give me a bad pawn. Now I'm finally able to go here as well. Oh. Take with the queen first. Oh, I didn't realize that. I calculated before he has to take with the queen, and I didn't realize that that changed. What if I go here, take, but then take, does that even work? I don't know if that even works. Here, no, if he goes here, it's with check. But what if I just go back? Oh, this is not very good. I think I just need to take this. I'm not sure if I had to take it, but it seemed like I did. I think my accuracy is going to be really low in this game. Normally when I play against someone that's playing very aggressively, I end up with low accuracy. Okay, let's maybe just double up here. The rook is pinned to the king. This is under attack. Okay, let's just put the knight here just to attack. This is still twice defended. This is twice attacked. Okay, that's still pinned. But it's guarded now. Okay, I'm just gonna go here to get out of the pin. The knight's guarding it. Oh. Okay. Let's just take with the knight. Not a big fan of that. Yeah, I don't really want to trade. Okay, I'm just gonna go here first. I guess he can trade anyway, because this would check. Find here. What checks does he have? I don't know. Oh, he has that check. I can block though. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna be able to hold this position together here. Let's. Can I even guard the pawn? I don't think so. I can't go there. Let's just. We go here. Um, I'm gonna go here. I mean, I'm completely lost here. Might just have to sack the knight. Okay, sack the knight, take this pawn. If we could get rid of the pawns and just have the rook and the queen, maybe it could be drawn. Okay, let me just stay by my pawn. Oh wait, no, I just blundered this. Yeah, and he found that right away. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and resign. That game was so weird because I felt like I had such a big advantage, and then his attack, he played really aggressively in the middle game, and then his attack was actually like super effective. Okay. Let's check the game review. I'm guessing low accuracy. Let me see here though. 75, and he had 75.6. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought. There were some blunders. There were a bunch of misses. He had a bunch of misses, and I had some misses. Okay. I mean, it felt like he was playing really well. I thought his accuracy would be better, but um, I think I just struggle to respond to really aggressive moves like that a lot of times. Aggressive positions. Because there's so many different threats to keep track of, and I find that pretty challenging a lot of times. So let's see, it gave us 1450 and 1400 game rating, one blunder on each side. He had 4 misses and I had 2, and I had a couple mistakes and inaccuracies. And he had, oh yeah, he had some inaccuracies as well. Let's go ahead and go through the moves here. Yeah, this was always inaccurate when they bring the bishop out first. I think I almost kind of like let my guard down at the beginning because he was playing such weird stuff and giving me all these pawns that I almost assumed he would play the rest of the game poorly. But then he started playing super well. Like, I thought I was definitely going to win here. That was a mistake. Oh, interesting. I did, after I played, I realized I could have come back to here if I wanted to attack the knight. My big issue was that even though I was up those pawns, I was down my knight and my rook, like, for the entire game because they never were developed. That was my only problem. So I need to see when it wanted that development. Okay, it wants the knight here first to challenge this one before I go with the bishop. To me, they both seem like they're good developing moves. I don't know if I would have really felt the difference or like noticed the difference. Okay, I mean, I'm still fine here. That's a mistake. Because, okay, it doesn't like pushing that pawn because it says pawns are there to cover your castle king. Think twice before moving them. Let's see the follow-up. Take. Wait. Why don't I just take with the queen, though? Oh, never mind. The queen is guarding the bishop. I forgot about that. I thought that the queen was able to take here. But he didn't seem to realize that. That was one of his misses. Okay, so here I should have developed the knight instead of trying to attack here. Still fine though. I'm not like, none of these are huge mistakes. Everything is okay here. But I had chances to develop. Here, didn't like the bishop coming back there. Yeah, I started getting scared of this pawn around this time. It's crazy how much just like pushing a pawn a couple times can create these huge threats. Sometimes when you have your pieces set up well to defend it as it walks across the board. And it did want me to push that. Yeah, here's where I got really like confused at what to play. Could not decide. There were a lot of threats, sacrifice ideas over here maybe. It did want him to go ahead and sacrifice that right away. But we're still even on the eval, or like I'm slightly better here. But I think it would have been really hard to play if he sacrificed. That was best though to attack the queen. I think that was a really good one to find. The bishop back was okay. It wanted me to just push forward though. But if I push forward and then he takes here, that just looks really bad with the bishop and the pawn like cutting everything off. I didn't want to play that, even if the engine thinks it's okay. So I think the move I found was okay here. We still have a 1.7 advantage. We take back. All good here. He creates this new threat. His moves aren't even that good. A lot of them are inaccurate. That's my blunder. It wants me to attack the queen with the pawn here. And this sacrifice was an inaccuracy. But if I took, what was the threat if I took? Oh yeah, it's that I lose the rook. That's what it was. So I can't take, but if I kick the queen first, queen has to move, and the queen cannot stay. Can it not stay where it pins here? What did I play? Oh yeah, I played this. I was trying to do the same thing. I wanted to kick the queen, and then that was his miss. But after this blunder, he has a +5 advantage here. That's crazy, actually. I had a 2.8 advantage. 1.6 for me, 2.8 for me after the sacrifice. But then I found the wrong move. And now he has a +5 advantage. But then he gets a miss here. He should have taken with the rook. Still a plus 2.8 advantage for him. And then that was a blunder. Oh, he just hung the bishop. That's crazy. Wow. Yeah. That's crazy that I didn't see that. See, that's the thing is when I play against an aggressive player, I get so focused on defending against their threats because there's like so many threats. My king's kind of exposed. And my brain is like working overtime trying to track all the different things that they can do to attack me that I miss the most basic, just capturing the bishop because he actually just hung it. So when he hung the bishop, what was the eval? It's plus or minus 1.5 for me. That was best. Still +4 for him. So like at this point, it's already lost. Here I had to take. Like that was best, and he still had this move where I had to give up the queen, and it's still +4 for him. The game was lost. I mean, at this point, there was nothing that I could do. So the game was lost way earlier. It was basically lost here. Which seems crazy because that didn't seem... Why was this even such a bad move? Because looking at it right away, it's not clear to me why it's so bad. So I'm gonna do show follow-up. Yeah, that was a lot of moves. I'm not sure I can follow along with that exactly. You permitted the opponent to eventually win material. You missed an opportunity to tactically win a bishop. So yeah, I could have just won the bishop if I went here. And then what if he goes... What if he goes here to try to maintain the pin? Then do I go here? But then he could take this pawn. Okay, I want to see. So I think this would be a reasonable move. Go here to try to maintain the pin so that the pawn can't take. It says that's best, but it was showing him playing something else. Then I go here, which I was thinking of this move before, to pressure the knight here with two attackers. So the bishop moves to not get taken by the pawn. The pin is gone because the rook moved. So I like this idea, but I had to play the pawn forward first. Then I was still, yeah, I think I was still worried about this idea. I think I was worried about him taking here first. Because then if I take, he takes, and I can't take back. Yeah, that's what I was concerned about. It says it's still good though. I'm still fine. I think that's what I was thinking would happen. Where was I? Here. Okay, I still don't understand why this was so bad. He blundered that. Blundered the bishop. He still has this big threat on this pawn, but it's covered. I need to go back to here because I'm trying to understand this. I might have to come back to this another time, like doing a second game review on my own time, because I'm not quite understanding what I should have done exactly. I mean, I know I should have pushed the pawn, but trying to think of how I would have decided that in the moment is what's tricky. Like, what thought process would have led me to the right move here as opposed to this one? Because this one still seems okay, because, I mean, he has 3 attackers on this, but his bishop is under attack. I mean, I could see the game evening out, because maybe he wins the pawn or something here. But why is it +5? I still don't see why that's +5. And the follow-up was just a crazy sequence, so I couldn't really follow along with that. But what if I played a random move here? What if I played something else, like developing the knight here? What would happen to that? Okay, that's a mistake, because then he takes... Then it wants the knight there, but what if I just take here? Then he takes check, take, with check, here. Yeah, and then he can just take the knight, because that's a fork. Then it's +1 materially. I'm still winning. Oh no, it's even. The game's still even here, so even if this had happened, it would have been okay. I think the only way it was like that +5 was with like engine moves. Yeah, I guess I was just focused on getting the rook from not being threatened. Oh no, I was focused on the pawn here. I was so focused on the triple threat on the pawn, and the rook was under threat. So I moved to cover both of those defensively, and I didn't realize that the bishop was hanging with check. So I guess the bishop wasn't hanging if it wasn't with check. Because if I took it and then he gives a check here, then I have to go over, and then it's like almost mate very quickly. But because it's hanging with check, that's pretty important, and I didn't see that. Sorry, I'm just going back to the same sections over and over because I'm really trying to figure out, should I have done something earlier here? Didn't like that, and it wants me to move the rook over. Why did it want the rook over? And if he pushes... Oh, he pushes, I'm threatening the bishop right away. It wants him to sack this. What if he takes? Oh, the bishop is covered by the queen, never mind. How could I have prevented this pawn threat earlier? Wants the knight to get kicked. Still pushes the pawn, even though I'm threatening to just take the knight. Oh, and then he goes for this. What the heck? It wants me to then take the pawn. If I take this, then he comes here, and then I think it's probably unstoppable mate, right? Yeah. Actually, no, it's not. It says +10, but it's not quite mate. I guess we... Oh, I have to sack the queen. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I don't know. I think the main thing is I just should have been more aware of these attacks over here early on, and I should have just developed here earlier. Because I felt like later on the development was what was making it really hard to defend against anything, because I didn't have any way to get my knight and rook free. So it really felt like I was down a bunch of material, even when I was up material earlier. Because I didn't develop quick enough. But at this point, every single time he did anything with this pawn, I felt like I had to respond to the threat rather than just develop. So if I, what if I, it wanted the rook over here, but what if I just developed the knight? Take, it says that that's okay. He is able to just win this pawn though, if I were to do that right away, because it had 2 attackers. Then I go here, Queen comes back. Guard the bishop like that. I probably would have dropped it back. But then I lose this pawn. So maybe I should guard them together. But then what if he pushes that, though? Then I have to drop back, and then he takes the pawn anyway. Oh no, never mind. It's guarded by the queen. Okay, so, I mean, yeah, I think if I had just not worried so much about this threat and focused on developing first, it would have been okay. Because I was so preoccupied with the pawn, which wasn't, at this point in time, insanely threatening, it prevented me from developing, and yeah. I might go through this one again later, because I feel like there was a lot of stuff that I was struggling to quite understand with the position, with why some moves were big mistakes, particularly that one bishop move, because like the sequence it showed to win material was just crazy after. Um, but yeah, it's just aggressive play is a pretty big weakness when the opponent plays really aggressive, and I start missing stuff even like when there's just a hanging piece. So, yep, that was day 39 and day 93 of playing chess every day until I reached 1500 elo, and we're at 1206 now after that loss. He was pretty high rated. He's almost 1300. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on day 94.